Hey Sainers, welcome back to the Saints TV YouTube channel. Welcome to Trade Talk, birthday edition here. So I was hoping for some big news, nice little present from the footy club, but unfortunately nothing has really happened. There has been just a massive mega trade between Port, Collingwood and Gold Coast. So Dan Houston is off to Collingwood. So I don't know if that mega trade at all will affect any plans for us, but we did have some activity today. We swapped picks with Brisbane. We gave them pick 27. Brisbane handed back 32 and 45. Now, that actually worked in our favour points-wise. I think Brisbane were minus 260 points or something like that when you add those picks together. Supposedly, the logic is 28, 29, 31, 34, 41 and 42 are all going to be used for bids, as will 27 now because of Brisbane with their kids that they're going to get. So 32 effectively becomes 28, so pretty smart business. We give up 27, we essentially get 28 back, go up one spot in the second round and get 45, which also comes in to use possibly on a Macrae, keep 47 for a slider or to match one of our academy kids. So that's kind of the logic there. I don't mind that. Give up one, move one spot, get another pick back, and we can use that for Macrae. If the Dogs want to come to the party, that's the next point. Jack Macrae, nothing has happened at this point, although it's interesting to see that the Dogs are now interested in Kennedy from Carlton. So I'm kind of wondering why, because if they can't give games to Macrae, why would they be trying to get in Matt Kennedy from Carlton? So maybe there is some movement behind the scenes yet to be announced, but it could be all part of some sort of three-way deal with Carlton. So Saints get Macrae from the Dogs get Kennedy from Carlton, then Carlton get picks from both, I suppose. So that's kind of something that could happen. Obviously, Carlton gave up a lot of picks today to get to pick 3, so maybe they want to work their way back in, so that could make sense. Either way, I think Macrae probably gets done tomorrow. It just seems like one of those things that could have got done a lot sooner, but they're just dragging it out until the final day to make deadline day interesting. Same with Bailey Smith. You know these things aren't going to happen until deadline day, 7:30 p.m. And you can't do trades before 2 p.m. tomorrow? I mean, that's ridiculous. Anyway, that's just a little rant. But so Macrae stands still at the moment. I think the Dogs are looking at Kennedy, so I think that could work, and maybe that'll help them facilitate the deal. I don't think we'll use 32 on Macrae. I really hope we don't. We are looking at Brodie Kemp. That's something that's come up. He's contracted 23, 192 centimetres, can play back, can play forward at Carlton. He's not a gun, but he's not a terrible player. He's serviceable and a player that we've seen Ross work with pretty well over the years. I think 32 most likely could be worked for him just because he is contracted and he fits a need for us. And Carlton aren't really looking to get rid of him, so we'd have to really force their hand out to get that sorted. And Sauce looking at ex-Carlton players that he drafted makes total sense. And Tim Membrey, that's the new one. Interest from Collingwood. So first it was Jack Hayes who had met with Collingwood. Now it's Tim Membrey. So I don't know, could we dare say that both of them could go to Collingwood? Would we give both of them to Collingwood? Or maybe because of the Soldo stuff, we're looking at a way, we wanted a ruck, right? We wanted a ruck to support Rowe. Maybe we've kind of held back on losing Jack Hayes and we've said, well, instead of Jack Hayes, take Tim Membrey and we keep the guy that is more suited to the ruck, even though he's injury prone. Is that something that could be at play? Or are we going to lose both? Are we going to lose both Hayes and Membrey? I just don't know. If we lose both of them to Collingwood, surely we do get something back. But that is, again, remains to be seen. I've been listening to trade. I mean, imagine just spending your whole birthday listening to trade radio, honestly. Like, it drives you mad. Nothing has really popped up now. I'm just checking if there's any news before I wrap up the video. Doesn't really look like it. John Ralph said Carlton's official position on Brodie Kemp is that they are keen to keep him and he's happy to stay despite St Kilda's interest, but it's not an outright no. Blues only interested in reasonable 2024 picks ahead of a Ben Camporelli bid, not future picks. That probably tells me that we went to Carlton and said, hey, have a future second for Brodie Kemp, what do you reckon? And they said, not happening. So it's a bit worrying that we landed, we had 7 already. We got 8 because of battles, so that was just luck. We didn't facilitate anything. And I thought we were going to try and work our way to get 9. That didn't work. I thought we could try and get 3 or 2. Looks like obviously 3 is Carlton. 2 from North. Could have helped them get Dan Houston, but now Houston's gone to the Pies, so that they probably just cool on that and they stick with 2. And then there's 11, I think, or 13 that's available from the Suns, but that's obviously now been included in the Dan Houston deal. And, that ends up... Where does that end up? That ends up at Port Adelaide. So, I don't know. I'm sure we're trying to do something behind the scenes, but it's just not happening. And we've pulled out a Soldo. We've got a lot of room. We've got a lot of cap space, and we've got list space. It's interesting that we haven't really... I don't know. Maybe it is just the draft. Maybe we're happy to stick with 7 and 8, which honestly wouldn't be bad because 7 gets you that slider outside the top 5 that's going to be a gun and you're guaranteed to get him. So 7, I don't think is any chance of moving. It's 8. I thought maybe we would do something with 8 to move up, or maybe split it with, the Suns or the Giants. Maybe they got 14 and 15, I think. Fremantle got a few picks. Still may happen, but I don't know. There's just doesn't seem to be a lot of action going on. So that's kind of the news at the moment, Sainers. Although the burner Tom Brown account, which is obviously a fake account, has just tweeted and gone, St Kilda's looking at using a selection in the rookie draft on former Carlton player Lockie O'Ryan, who starred for the Wangaratta Rovers this year. On that note, I think we're going to wrap it up because, honestly, I can't wait to see the end of this trade period. It's it's a pain in the ass, to be honest. So thanks for watching, Sainers. Hopefully you got something out of this video. I certainly didn't really provide much there, but pick swaps, that could be interesting. Tim Membrey to the Pies could be on. Jack Macrae, 50-50 at this point. And any other news I'll put on the channel as soon as I can. So take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, go you mighty Sainers. See you guys.